Right now, 5 o'clock, we're tracking a bizarre crime alert in Lexington. Police tell us a woman says a man she met on a dating website broke into her home. We'll tell you how that woman fought back. A Danville man accused of animal cruelty set to appear in a Lexington court on different charges today.
I want it closed. I want it out of here.
Many people in one portion of Lexington want the building of a new probation office stopped. Now they're taking legal action.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you and welcome in. It is Friday, July 31st. As we go into August, the beginning of it this weekend, we are going to be doing so on a very good note. Right, Micah?
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, we're starting off the end of this month, July, which was an unbelievably active July. We are actually top 5 there in rainiest Julys. But now we're going to stay dry today, so we're finish off July right there at number 5, tied at that. Check out your blue moon out there. Nothing to do with the color. It's going to look just the same as any other full moon. It's just the second full moon of the month. Current temperatures are sitting there in the 50s and 60s. Very nice feel outside this morning and pleasant conditions by the afternoon. Remember, we topped off at 85 degrees yesterday. You know how good that felt. So 86 today, humidity still down. Gotta love that, and the focus of the forecast obviously is just this nice weather. So bring it on for the weekend. We're almost there. We'll get into that and I'll show you how high our temperatures go in just a few minutes.
Well, we are tracking a rather strange crime alert in Lexington right now. Police tell us a woman managed to fight off a man who broke into her home. This happened around 3:30 this morning at the home on Sutherland Drive off Highway 60. WKYT's Mark Barber is live in Lexington with the latest details. Mark, tell us more about the relationship between the victim and her attacker.
Good morning, Rebecca. Officers say that the woman actually met the man on a dating website. Now, police say that when he showed up at her home here on Sutherland Drive around 3 a.m. this morning, she had not seen him since May. Now, officers tell us that the man forced his way inside her home and started pushing her around. Now, we're told that one of his hands was in a brace, so the woman was able to wrestle a gun away from him and throw it out a window. When he ran outside to get it, she locked him out and called for help. According to investigators, when they got here, they found the man hiding nearby in the home of someone that he knew. The man has been arrested and is now facing several charges, including burglary and possession of a stolen gun. We cannot tell you his name yet because police say he isn't telling them his name, and the woman does not know his name either. Officers say they're hoping to learn his identity when they run his fingerprints at the jail. As for the woman who was attacked, police say that she did sustain a head injury in the bizarre attack. However, they say that she wasn't seriously hurt. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Mark. Well, the plan to move the Fayette County Office of Probation and Parole could be headed to court. As we first told you Wednesday at 6 o'clock, the state wants to move the office from downtown to a building near the Palomar Center off Harrodsburg Road. Many people who live and work nearby in that area are not happy about it. So some businesses decided to take legal action. An attorney has now sent a letter to the city and the state asking for a stop work order until the public is involved in the process.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you've got, I don't know how many kids in the subdivision that always walk across to Orange Leaf and McDonald's and Walmart. Would you let your kids walk past a parole office?
Well, a spokesperson with Kentucky's Justice and Public Safety Cabinet did not return our request for a response. Happening today, a Boyle County man accused of animal cruelty set to appear in a Fayette County court this morning on drug trafficking charges. Police say Christopher Pope's dogs attacked a woman earlier this week. Today, he'll appear in court on charges stemming from a case from last year. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain at our live desk with the latest on this. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's a hearing in Lexington stemming from a 2014 case. Now, Pope will be in court today on one of those charges of trafficking in a controlled substance and being a persistent felony offender. This is the same guy whose 7 dogs attacked Loretta Stevens earlier this week in Lincoln County. He was keeping the dogs behind a nearby home that was unoccupied. Pope is charged with harboring a vicious animal and animal cruelty. In obvious pain, Loretta told us she is thankful for the people that have been taking care of her since the attacks on Monday. Her lawyers are advising that she not speak about the attack itself. She did say that she has several surgeries planned, including skin grafts. 6 of the dogs in the attack are now at the Lincoln County Animal Shelter. The 7th was shot and killed. Pope may face more charges for a group of dogs found in a home in Boyle County. Now, coming up at 5:30, we'll hear from Loretta. She spoke exclusively to WKYT. Live at the news desk, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Michelle. Lexington police are still trying to figure out what led to a shooting. Police say just after 8 last night, they received calls of shots fired on Red Coach Trail near Kirk-Levington Park. They couldn't find a victim. About 20 minutes later, police say a man with a gunshot wound showed up at the hospital. Police say he's not cooperating. They say at this point they're not sure who shot him, and they say his injuries are not too serious. A Lexington church is holding a town hall meeting to discuss crime in the city. The Total Grace Baptist Church will hold the meeting tonight at 6:30. They're encouraging people to stand together. They also want to create a bond between the community and law enforcement. Investigators have identified the man they say stole a car with a baby inside, then led police on a chase. They say 35-year-old Sidney Fee Jr. took his own life after crashing the car in Madison County. The baby was not injured. Police say Fee stole the car from a gas station in Georgetown late Wednesday afternoon. Friends say he once worked at the Fitness 24/7 gym in Berea. Federal investigators now believe they know what caused a small plane to crash in Boyle County earlier this month. The NTSB says the plane ran out of fuel, which led to the crash. Investigators say the pilot misjudged how much fuel he would need as he flew across the country in his experimental single-engine plane. It crashed beside a Junction City home on July 18th. The pilot walked away from the crash. No one was injured on the ground. We're a little more than 3 months from Election Day. So where does the race for Kentucky governor stand? Some results from the new WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass Poll were released. Democrat Attorney General Jack Conway running against Republican businessman Matt Bevin. The poll found Conway slightly ahead of Bevin by 3 percentage points. Conway leads in Louisville and most of central and eastern Kentucky. Bevin leads in the southwestern, west central, and northern parts of the state. For more on the Bluegrass Poll, go to WKYT.com. A homeowner in the Louisville area was arrested for shooting a drone down with a shotgun. He says that drone got a little too close for comfort and he wanted to protect his property and privacy. Katie Bauer has more.
Along Early Wood Way in Bullitt County, neighbors couldn't ignore a certain buzz Sunday evening.
What is that? Then you see this thing fly by.
Cindy Diebold said for the first time in person, she saw a drone and what looked like a camera on board.
What in the world are they looking for?
She wasn't the only one on this block concerned about the tiny unmanned aircraft. So was William Meredith, especially when he says it stopped to hover over his fenced-in backyard where his 2 daughters were sitting outside.
You know, wanted to see if it was going to stay there, and it did, and then I reacted.
Meredith said he went and got his 12-gauge shotgun and took matters into his own hands.
They had it low enough that he hit it.
It's an invasion of privacy. We were in our own yard. Had he been flying around and never stopped over my house, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
So are there rules for drones? The FAA strongly encourages those flying for hobby or recreation to follow certain safety guidelines. Some include fly below 400 feet, keep the aircraft within your sight at all times, and do not fly near people. But a spokesperson tells us it would be up to the law enforcement agencies to enforce. After Meredith shot down the drone, he was approached by 4 men.
Was I the guy that did it? And I said absolutely, and the 4 of them started this way, and I let them know that I would defend my property.
So they called police, and that's when Meredith was arrested for wanton endangerment and criminal mischief.
We live in a society now where we don't know what these people are doing. We don't know if they're pedophiles looking for kids. We don't know if they're thieves. We don't know if it's ISIS.
Meredith stands behind his actions, and he's not alone.
You know, I felt like my privacy was invaded, and I felt like he was protecting all of our rights at that point, so I don't think he should be charged with that at all.
Interesting topic for debate, I'm sure, all over Facebook. So get on there and make your comments, right? Also, WKYT This Morning, just getting started this morning. Thanks for being along with us. Ever wondered who does the stunts in Tom Cruise movies? The answer might surprise you. Wonder if it's him. And 2 Hollywood funny ladies quickly becoming best friends. We'll have the latest coming up in your Hollywood Minute.
Boy, things look good outside. They feel fantastic. It's 59 degrees in Pulaski County. You got to love that. We'll talk about your weekend, what still looks dry. I have all that coming up next.